What's up, Magnum Sports Network fans? My name is JT Magnum here along with Siggy Guns, and welcome back to Take 2. That's right, our new little show that we're doing based off of the ESPN's First Take. And Siggy and I today are going to talk about the NBA Finals coming up on Thursday, June 4th. LeBron James versus Steph Curry, the MVP and the former MVP. So, Siggy, what do you think about the NBA Finals? Who's going to win it? How many games? Some insight.
I have the Cavs. I have the Cavs in six, not seven, 6 games. 4-2. I think it's on paper. It's very, very close. I think the Warriors played outstanding during the conference finals against the Rockets, even though I think the Rockets kind of blew it a couple of times, in my opinion. But I just, unless they can do what they did to James Harden that last game before they went before they won it all, and just made him look like a rookie, turning over 13 times or whatever. Unless they can do that to LeBron James, I don't see this team, especially if Kyrie Irving is healthy. I guess that's going to be the biggest question. I don't see how they can beat the Cavs, in my opinion. Still, I know they have lights out shooting. Steph Curry, Clay is clear to play. You know, he after suffering a concussion, so he should be good still. But I just don't see guys like Draymond Green and all them being able to stop LeBron James. I just don't see it. It's hard to see LeBron come this far now, knowing how to win a finals and stuff like that, and just losing it to a team that really has never played in the finals. So actually, I don't think any of them have played in the finals. Is that correct?
No. I don't think any of them have NBA finals experience. I don't think any of the Cavs have NBA final experience as well, except for Kendrick Perkins. I don't think he's even playing.
So it's just James's experience against a bunch of unknown.
Or Mike Miller. Mike Miller doesn't play either.
That's true.
Yeah, there's nobody on the Cavs that have NBA finals experience.
I still say Cleveland in 6. I say Cleveland in 6 though. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I personally think Golden State's going to win this series. I think LeBron James is going to come up short. Now, he's tough. This guy, clearly willed his team to the NBA Finals. But you also got to remember they were playing in the not so tough Eastern Conference. And the Eastern Conference, they had their share of injuries on the Eastern Conference side. A lot of players were hurt, injured, and I'm not saying that's what brought LeBron to the finals, but it wasn't the level of competition that he needed to have his complete team healthy as they were. Granted, if the Hawks were completely healthy, or with Cephalosha and some of the guys that they had, didn't get so banged up, maybe they would have given the Cavs a little bit more run for the money. The Bulls were had their share of injuries and their problems. And so it's just one of those things where I think they came out of a different conference. Like if you put the Cavs in the West, they probably wouldn't have came out of there. But it's all hearsay. But Golden State has a tough team, and they're one of the tougher defenses. Also, being that they're in the Western Conference, they were one of the tougher defenders or defenses this year as well, along with their offense. And Draymond Green, he can play D. Guy's very versatile. I don't know if he can stop LeBron, but can you limit LeBron? Meaning, can the rest of the team stop, who else they have to play? And that's the problem I see with the Cavs. They only have LeBron. you got some good defenders.
You got J.R. Smith. Is just going to be a schlub.
Well, Kyrie Irving, you never know with him because he could be hurt, or he could be one game doing well, but the next game he has to sit out for a while. And Dellavedova's a great compliment to him, yes, but he's no Kyrie Irving, and he's no how is he gonna stop Steph Curry? He's gonna have to guard him, or unless you probably try to put him on Shumpert on him, but Shumpert can't stay with Curry. These are guys.
Shumpert can't stay with Curry. Shumpert actually is really good defensively, and I know this because I was a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I know. We know that Shumpert's good defensively, but how good is he offensively? That's the problem.
Hey, he's been real good in the playoffs.
You have to score points to keep up with Golden State.
All right, this is the way I look at it. If you're going to go head-to-head, obviously Steph Curry against Kyrie, if they're battling each other. If Kyrie's healthy, offensively, they're both on par with each other, in my opinion. I don't see anything there. If you're talking about defense,
with Irving,
I don't really see Steph's defense being just as good as what Irving is if he's healthy. I think they cancel each other out if you think about it.
Yeah, but the problem is if you stop Steph, if you think you can stop Steph, which is not going to happen, but if you think you can stop Steph, then you have Klay Thompson shooting as well.
And he's been horrible in the playoffs. I'm sorry. I think Klay Thompson has been pretty bad this whole playoff
That
series.
guy can score anytime he wants to if he wants to. That's how good Klay Thompson is.
The thing is that's the same mentality like the Hawks, and I think the Hawks were a great test for the Cavs because that's the team that they're playing up against, in my opinion. Because you have somebody like what's his name, Carroll, that could score at will. That's like a Klay Thompson. You know, you have a guy like
yeah, but the Hawks have no
what's
stars.
His name? You're talking about
the Hawks have no like bona fide star. They were more like a team. They were more like a team, more like a really good team ball. Where Golden State has Steph Curry, Klay Thompson's a star, pretty much an all-star in his own right. Even Draymond Green could play. Harrison Barnes, if he wanted to, could be an NBA all-star. These are all guys that can score and play.
Like that's what I'm saying. If you match them up, if you're going by the Hawks at this point, Millsap or Barnes, who would you rather have?
Barnes.
No way. Millsap is a way better player and a way better scorer.
Barnes.
And he's more consistent.
Barnes.
Horford or Draymond Green?
Horford or Draymond Green? I give a little edge to Horford because he's got. Well, I don't know. They might be almost the same player. Both can play. Both can play better. D. The only thing Horford does better than Draymond Green is rebound.
Exactly, and I would say Horford can actually score if they actually fed him the ball.
Draymond Green's probably a better shooter.
All right, so Klay Thompson against, say, Carroll.
Klay Thompson.
I would say Carroll.
I would say Klay Thompson.
And then Korver, I guess, would be the what's his name? I wouldn't
Korver
say
disappeared.
Steph Curry, I was just Korver disappeared. And I think that's what's going to happen to Thompson in this, honestly. I really think Thompson is going to become a Korver in the series, and then you're going to rely on Steph too much, and LeBron would easily take over the whole show. And then you got to remember, Tristan Thompson has stepped up big time, since Kevin Love got hurt. And I think that's who Draymond Green is really going to have to worry about, because if they just leave him alone, he's just going to go ahead and score at will. And then you're going to have, what's his name, Mozgov or whatever, and he's just going to tear it up too inside if you have to cover LeBron.
You also got to remember Bogut's a good defender. I know Bogut isn't been the best of names, but he's a better defender than Mozgov.
There is no way Bogut's going to do anything in this series.
I think the Warriors are going to win it the same amount, 6 games. I don't think anybody could stop Steph Curry. I don't think anybody could stop LeBron. But I think there's more players that can score on that Golden State Warrior team than in the Hawks. That's the difference.
I think J.R. Smith is going to outshoot Klay Thompson in my
problem with
opinion.
J.R. Smith, though, he's a streaky player. And don't forget Andre Iguodala comes off that bench, too. And Andre Iguodala is a pretty good defender and also a very good ball handler. Doesn't make very many mistakes.
The way I look at I think Shumpert can limit some of these good players. Like I think he's going to be the one on Thompson, in my opinion. But if you only have Steph Curry out there, and he's going to have to be relied upon to score 40+ to keep it close, or Draymond Green if he has to score 25+, I'd rather take my chances with LeBron, Shump, J.R. Smith, and Tristan Thompson.
So wait, do you like the Cavs because they have your former Knicks on their team? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, there you go. They have 3. They have 3 Knicks. No, I honestly think that I think the whole East-West thing is way blown out of proportion this season. I really do think the East had some pretty tough teams. Now, do I think they were better than the Western Conference? No, I'm not saying that. But the Bulls are a strong team. I think whenever you look at how badly the Clippers played, even though they beat the Spurs, the Clippers looked pretty bad, after that. I don't see them beating even the Hawks. I thought the Hawks were actually a pretty decent team this year that they could beat, and they did beat a lot of these teams in the West in the regular season. Obviously, it's not the playoffs. But I think the Hawks were a West-built type of team where it's just, a collection of good players that, help them win. Because in the end, that's what the Spurs are. That's what the Clippers are. That's what the the Warriors are, in my opinion, are a collection of good players that I wouldn't necessarily say that they're superstars. They're just a collection of really good players. Now, don't get me wrong, Steph Curry became a superstar, no doubt about it, MVP. but I wouldn't put Klay Thompson up in superstar status. No, I wouldn't put him up there with LeBron or even a
Well, he's no
Carmelo or
LeBron.
anything like that.
He's no LeBron, but he's definitely a quality player. Like, he's a good young player that has all-star that has all-star written all over him.
He is Rip Hamilton of the Detroit Pistons back in the day. He's just
Rip Hamilton was a good player.
20 points.
For years.
I don't know how to explain it. He's not a superstar.
He's just you gotta remember though, there's how many superstars are in the NBA. There's not many superstars in the NBA, but there's a lot of all-stars and a lot of really good players. Golden State has probably four. Golden State could have five.
The edge. LeBron James is the superstar. I give that team the edge.
And Steph Curry is the superstar for Golden State, along with four other good all-stars. I say this is awesome because you say Cavs in 6. I say Warriors in 6. We'll see how it happens after the first game. We'll talk about it after the first game is played. I believe it's in Golden State, correct?
What happens.
Oh yeah, it has to be in Golden State, right? I mean, they had the best record. Period.
Yeah, because they had the best record. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, perfect. Both teams did play this year. Both teams split, each team winning by over 10 points. I think Golden State won by 18. Cleveland won at home by 11. So, we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Please, give us your series predictions. Give us who your MVP might be. And that's it. Let us know what you think the stats or who you think is going to win and why, basically, in the comment section. All right. So for Take Two Magna Sports Network, we out. Peace.
Peace.